What's up, guys? This is Jason from the Jason&Jabari Gaming, and today I have a special treat for you guys. I have on call with me right now Fintech. Some of you guys may know him, and some of you guys may not. The point of this call is to do some level ups, specifically with Battlegrounds in mind. I am not going to explain FinTech's credentials to you guys, but I will say this. When Battlegrounds first took off, I think it was like the second or third meta, I did have the honor of playing FinTech. And since then, I've played it multiple times. Don't worry, I've lost every single time. But he told me specifically to take up my Toad. At the time, I saw no value in Toad, but when he told me to take him up, I literally used my last dimes, so to speak, as far as gold and ISO to take him to rank 3 because that's how much I value his opinion. So if that's any indication as to how smart of a player he is and how skilled of a player he is, keep that in mind. But without further ado, FinTech, will you please explain to the audience your credentials, like where you've landed in the different metas of Battlegrounds, who you play for, what you've accomplished in game, etc.?
Yeah, sure. At the moment, I'm an officer at New Nation, Masters Alliance, and as for Battlegrounds, I've been in the top 10 for every single beta so far, and I participated in the Summoner Showdown 2021, I believe, where
Okay.
I finished at second place.
Okay, so you've been second place in the world. You've been in the top 10 in every single meta of the Battlegrounds, and I believe now at this point we've had what, 5 or 6 metas maybe? Uh,
I haven't kept count, but
yeah,
yeah, something like that.
yeah, something like that. And in New Nation, which is a Masters level alliance, have you guys ever finished like in the top 3 or anything like that, or top 10, or like since you've been there?
I believe we had one finish at top 3, but
Okay.
top 10 is where we usually land.
Okay. All right. So hopefully that gives you guys some insight on how skilled this guy truly is. He does have a YouTube channel, and from what I've seen, he's primarily been doing war. And he also explains it because a lot of people can see something, and if they don't know what's going on or how to approach a fight, then it doesn't really do them any justice. But from what I've been watching and listening to, he definitely breaks down the fights for you guys and explains how to approach certain fights. So I'm definitely going to leave a link to his channel in the description below, guys. Do me a favor, go check him out, sub to his channel. You will not regret it, I promise. But before we get started, FinTech, do you have anything coming to your channel for those viewers who do not know you or returning viewers for them
I
to
have no
look out?
concrete plans as of now, but when the battlegrounds come, I will be making some videos on those because people have been asking for them.
Okay.
I probably won't be streaming though, at least not yet.
Okay. And I have one last question. Do you remember a few days ago on Legacy stream? And shout out to Lags. What's up, brother? How you doing? He asked you a question because you told him specifically that you took up Black Cat to rank 4. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay, he said he was curious, and immediately I was curious and interested as well. Can you please briefly explain why you took up Black Cat and if you are planning on using her for Battlegrounds? Because I remember distinctively you saying that she shuts down a lot of things. I am completely unfamiliar with the character.
Yeah, and the biggest reason I took her up is because she's fun to play,
Okay,
and she has a similar playstyle to Tigra for the most part, so I already kinda know how to play her well.
okay.
As for battlegrounds, I actually used the 5-star one in the safeguard meta, and she beat a lot of 6-star rank 3 champions in speed and health.
Really? Like, was there any matchups that you would commonly see that you would use her for that a lot of people may or may not know? Oh, me being one of them, I don't know anything again about her. So, like, what would you use? Who would you use her against? What are some?
Basically, anyone who has defensive abilities, she can fail. That
Oh,
gives
okay.
her a lot more damage and everything else. So
And she
that's
can
kind of her.
bypass safeguard?
Yes,
Oh wow. Okay.
she
Okay.
can basically do what Falcon does, but she has more damage.
Oh wow. Okay. And Falcon's pretty good when he gets that locked on. He's pretty good. He hits pretty hard. Um, okay, cool. So, guys, FinTech is going to be telling me who to level up. Uh, and then obviously I'm going to ask why. And great matchup. So hopefully you guys will stick along for the ride. But without further ado, let's get into it. FinTech, I have sent you some screenshots of my
Yep.
roster. So I'm just going to skim over it for the audience real quick while they're seeing it. And with that in mind, you can go ahead and let me know what is among the first people that you would like for me to take up to rank 3, and more predominantly why. Like, I think that's going to be the question. Like, who are they going to be good against? What would I use them for? And all that wonderful stuff. So yeah,
Okay, well, I'd start with Yellow Jacket first.
Yellow Jacket. That is super interesting. Let me find him. Where is he at? I don't even know where he at. I think he might be rank 2. Where is my Yellow Jacket? Where are you, good sir? Okay, or we'll go to science. We will definitely go to science here. There we go.
Should be pretty high up.
Yeah. There he is right there. Okay. Um, what is he going to be good for, and why should we take him up?
He would mostly be a defender, but he also works for attack.
Okay.
In defense, you can trap people with leaving them with only Mystic Champions, because Yellow Jacket's SP1 inflicts the Power Sting debuffs even if it doesn't make contact against Mystics, so that's guaranteed damage.
Okay.
He's a tank, one of the highest energy resistances in the game,
Oh,
as well
really?
as some physical resistance, so it will take some time to get him down.
Okay.
And for anyone who's running the recoil masteries, Yellow Jacket passively reduces regen rate, so they will keep ticking down from their own recoil.
Wow. Now I know Yellow Jacket got a rework, and the thing that I've noticed about Yellow Jacket is that I don't know what it's called, but correct me if I'm wrong. It's like something where he overloads or something like that and releases
Yeah, the
like
meltdown.
the meltdown. Okay. Now, how much is anyone like unaffected by that? Like maybe a Gladiator Hulk, can they deal with that, or is there anybody in the game that you know of that can withstand?
Well, Kitty Pride doesn't take any damage while facing, so she gets past that very easily. I'd
Okay.
imagine Namor can reflect the damage back,
Okay.
but other than that, there isn't really anyone who can avoid it. Probably Quake as well, but with the resistances that he has, you're not gonna be quaking him in pieces.
Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm out of uh science ISO, which is fine because I think I still have regular ISO to throw into him, so that's fine. We're almost at rank 3. I
Oh,
just
and just to add to that, he's also a decent attacker in case you need him. His energy resistance makes him an okay counter for champions like Mephisto or something like that if you don't have a better one.
okay.
So it's a
So
backup option.
gotcha. So he won't actually take too much damage from oh, oh, I can't claim that. Oh no. So he won't actually take too much damage from that ore of incinerate.
Yeah, he won't take much.
Okay. Sounds perfect. We're gonna hit the level up. What are we missing here? We're missing. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and take him to rank 3 now, and yeah, I will try to hurry up and just pump in as much ISO as I have. At this point, it's not class based anymore. Although, hang on one second. Let me see. Today. it might be. Actually, yeah, we're in luck. So I can pop a couple 5 stars, and that
You
should
don't
be
have
it.
to go broke for these.
No, it's okay. It's completely fine because honestly, I want to be a better competitor, and I know you're among the top of my friends list all the time. And like I said, man, I trust your opinion. So I think this will be a unique way that a lot of people can learn kind of some of the champions that they may have. Like a lot of people have a yellow jacket, but how many people will actually consider yellow jacket as being a viable option in battlegrounds? You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't
Yeah,
think that type of way. So I think you bring a unique perspective to the table that is beneficial for not only myself but others that may not have the biggest size rosters or something like that, and they can still be competitive at to a certain level. All right, let me grab the 5 basics. Okay, that will do. Um, it's loading pretty slow. Sorry about that. We're almost done. We just probably need one more grab of regular basic ISO, and we should be there. I hope. Yeah, we're there. Okay, so who's next on the list? I'm just wrapping this up.
yeah, these aren't in any order specifically, but I would say OG Storm would be one of them as well.
Okay, OG
And there's a few
Storm.
reasons for that.
Okay. What are like some of the matchups that she'd be good against?
Well, basically any skill champions, she can nuke them down very
Okay.
quickly. There's also one other thing she has going for her.
Okay. And what is that?
Well, let me ask you, who would you use in attack against a Storm if she was on defense?
Like Storm Pyramid X or this
No,
Storm?
the OT Storm.
Who would I use on attack against her?
Yeah.
What meta are we talking about?
Anything, even without any nodes.
Um, okay. Normally a regular storm, I probably use like a CGR or somebody if I had them, real quick to nuke her down. Maybe even an Archangel. Um, you know, just kind of
And
like,
what if you had a Nimrod on your team?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I use Nimrod. 100% I use Nimrod. He
Yeah, but
won't.
that's the thing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
OT Storm's buff gave her shock immunity. Nimrod wouldn't be great for it. Most people tend to miss that.
Oh, wait, she can't take the passive shock damage either?
Nope, she's completely immune to shocks.
Oh, wow. Okay, so then that would take a little bit longer, right? That would take
Yeah,
a.
you can use that to trap the opponent's Nimrod and waste it. Normally, a
Oh,
Nimrod against a mutant is an instant win.
correct. Normally it is, but with
Yeah,
her it wouldn't be. Okay, gotcha.
but she would mostly be an attacker, but she can also be used to trick the opponent.
Now, let me ask. With her, I know she gains prowess, but like, how fast are we talking?
For her fights in attack,
Yes, for her fights and attack.
from what I've seen, it's basically just one special 2 and the fight is over.
Oh, wow. And how many prowess does she have at that point?
I don't remember exactly how she gains them, but she does gain them fast and quite a lot of them.
Okay. All right.
If
Well,
I remember correctly, she also has the same ability as the Storm Pyramid X in that if her stun debuff gets shrugged off by anything, she inflicts a passive one instead. So any champion that shrugs debuffs, mostly skill champions, like Korg, for example, Mole Man, Kingpin.
okay, so she can do that passive stun. Okay. But
Yep.
will she will still take the thorns damage from Korg, unfortunately, right? Because she's doing physical damage?
Light attacks don't take Thorn's damage from him. So if
Correct.
you parry and do only light attacks to remove the rock shield first.
Okay. I'm so accustomed to doing parry medium light medium that I think it's like built, it's like instilled in my brain, so I need to create another way of not doing that, and that sounds like a viable way. And boom, there she is, guys. All right, so that's two, and now we're down to 700,000. So I don't think we have another one. But you said you had a few more in mind. If you wouldn't mind for the audience, because I will actually end up taking those up off screen. Who were the other people that you had in mind?
I had two more champions in mind that work both ways in both defense and attack. And
Okay,
those would be Punisher 2099 and Mordo.
Mordo, really? That is
Yes.
interesting. I run 5 out of 5 MD.
Well, that's even better then.
That's even better. Okay. So, like with his new kit, like how does he work?
Basically, he has more damage on attack, so he can actually be used there. As for defense, well, he's not that different as a defender.
Okay.
It depends on the nodes, but he can be very annoying to deal with.
Okay. And Punisher 2099. I've seen some people run him in their decks, but I've never actually seen them like choose him. So, like, what's his deal?
Well, as a defender, he has those specials that you can't dex. So they always will do some chip damage, and depending on the nodes, if there's unblockable involved in any way, he is a great option as a defender.
Okay.
As for attack, uh, well, one of the biggest Battlegrounds players that I know, Happy McMuffins, he uses Punisher 2099 a lot.
Okay. Well, mine is a
Uh,
Sig 100. So, does his signature ability like even matter or?
I'd have to check that out. I can't remember exactly what it does. However, he's the I believe it's called overdrive or something like that.
Hmm.
When he reaches the 100 battery charges,
Okay.
he reduces the opponent's combat power rate almost fully, so they won't gain any power from you hitting them.
Okay.
And he gains a lot more attack for that duration. You can basically just hit them without having to worry about any specials or anything. You can just pound on them until they die.
Have you yourself used him in your Battlegrounds deck before?
I don't have the 6 star.
Okay, you don't have
I
the
would
6 star.
rank him up if I did.
Ish. Okay. And what about Mordo?
Mordo, I believe I took him to rank 2 a while ago, but I'm low on gold and everything else. And
Right,
I have a
right.
lot more rank ups to do.
I understand. I understand. Okay. What are some of the matchups that you would think that he'd be good for against like some of the more common defenders?
Which one of them?
Punisher 2099 and then Mordo.
For Punisher, well, first off, if you run the Tech Mastery, I I believe it's called Color Tech.
Yeah, Collar Tech. Yep, I run it
Yeah,
sometimes.
that basically means the opponent doesn't gain any power at all from you hitting them during the overdrive. So any opponent
Oh,
whose specials can be a problem, you can just completely ignore them.
wow. I did not know that. Okay. That's
As
pretty
for Mordo,
that's pretty clutch.
well, any buff heavy opponent melts pretty quickly with Mordo's SP2. And if you learn to play him well, you can also stack up those Furies with his heavy and spam special 1 for the degen.
Okay. Okay.
With his recent buff, he's actually pretty strong on attack as well.
I actually saw in a former alliance mate of mine use him against Buddy Lee, and he dropped him in like I don't know, it's like 20 something seconds. And I was very impressed, but I had no idea how he did it. I mean, I saw what he was doing, but I didn't exactly know like the interaction going on, if that was just a strong matchup or what the case may be. But yeah, I have seen some insane things done with new Mordo, I'll call him, because old Mordo he's all right. But yeah, okay. Thank you so much for the advice. Like I said, I'm probably gonna rank them both up when I get more gold. So stay tuned for that one, guys. I'll reference back to this video. Fintech, thank you so much for your time, man. I really
Yeah, no problem.
appreciate you speaking to the audience and me about these more common champions to take to rank 3 for Battlegrounds, guys. Uh, Let me ask, is there a way that people can reach out to you and ask you specific questions if they can't get a hold of you on your channel? Like, I know you're on our Discord, but I can't volunteer your services. So, like, is there a way if people would want to, be like, hey, man, here's what I got. What do you think the best strategy is for the hand that I've been dealt, so to speak? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people at the bottom that really do love this mode and that really want to be successful in it, but they don't know really any of the strategy that's involved with making a deck, or some of the common defenders, they don't even know how to handle those type of things. So is there any way that people would be able to ever come to you and ask you like, hey man, I know you're like one of the best players in the world, can you, guide me on what to do for this situation that I have?
Well, you can always reach me on the Line app. I'll have to leave my Line ID
Okay.
in. I'll probably add it to my channel description, and I can also leave it to you so you can add it in the
Yeah, I'll
video
add it.
description.
Yep, I will add it in the video description for people who have the Line app. And yeah, because I know there's a ton of people who just need the right advice in order to be a little more successful, if that makes any sense. So yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, thanks again for your time, man. This was awesome. Guys, I will get that line out for you guys. I promise. I'll leave it in the description. And once again, go check his channel out. Subscribe to this man. He's literally one of the best players in the world, and his advice should be extremely valuable to you. So, thanks again, FinTech, for having this conversation. And yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I will reference the rank ups when I do them back to this again. And you guys take care. Peace.